Hey everyone, hope your day is going well. We are back with another reaction. The Rolling Stones Painted Black. And I saw this recommended quite a few times, and this is one of those songs I know the melody, before people go, how is it possible you never heard it? I have. If you want to skip to the reaction, go ahead. Little origin story. When I was, I think around 11, 12, late 90s, I heard a melody somewhere. I can't remember where, but it caught my ear. It was like, what is this? It was like anything, unlike anything I've ever heard. There was no way of really for me to find out at the time, or I couldn't see a way. Please, people tell me, hey, you're 37 years old. How have you never heard some of these songs? Listen to me. If I go right now to my 60-year-old mom, you don't know where I grew up. And I ask, do you know Painted Black by the Rolling Stones? She's going to look at me like, what are you talking about? My wife's watching right now. She's going to nod her head like, you don't understand, guys. You don't understand. But I never knew what the song was and who it was. I only knew this melody was in my head for years. It was so mysterious. It was so cool. Then little later, maybe early 2000, 2003 forward, I think it was on a show, a talent show or something, that this was featured again. I said, this is the melody that's been stuck in my head for years. And then I knew it was the Rolling Stones Painted Black. But I never really went deeper then. I was a teenager full of hormones and party vibes. And, I don't know what the song is actually about. I don't know the words. I only know that melody that I tried to recreate a little bit. So yeah, here we go. Man, it all comes full circle. In a weird way, but a circle it is.
I see a red door and I want it painted black. No colors anymore, I want them to turn black. I
Oh,
see the girls go by dressed in their summer clothes. I have to turn my head until my darkness goes. I see a line of cars and they are painted black, with flowers and my love hope never to come back. I
wow.
see people turn their heads and quickly look away. Like a newborn baby, it just happens every day.
Uh, yo. I didn't remember that the pace, like the percussion was that fast. The beginning, first you hear that melody, it's a little slower, and then it turns it up a notch. But so good. Like this came out, I believe it was from '66, right? Like if you didn't skip the intro, I get it. If you do, I get it. No problem. But to me, in the '90s, when I was 11 or 12, something like that, it caught my ears. Like this is like unlike anything I've ever heard. And by then, the song was 30 years old. So what was that impact back then? It's impossible for me to know what just like whoa, like '50s, different sound, '66, like so different, right? Oh, and I feel these lyrics so much. If you've gone through uh, maybe heartbreak or even just a dark period, but he's like saying, uh, love, love. It's no longer there, right? It's all turning dark. Even girls that walk by in summer dresses or summer clothes that are maybe vibrant and bright. I turn my head because that is seeing happy people. Sometimes it even enhances your darkness or the rage and stuff. And seeing a line of cars like almost a funeral procession, and there goes my love, it's gone off to the funeral. They will never come back. Even people are turning their heads when they see him, and quickly look away. It's like a newborn baby. It just happens every day. So many times it happens. Uh, it almost turns meaningless, even though a newborn baby is a miracle. It's just, as I'm talking, 10 new babies being born. So, in the grand scheme of things, wow. There's so much going on musically, the interesting vocals, just a way of delivering this. There's so much happening in this short amount of time.
Every day I look inside myself and see my heart is black.
Wow,
I
man.
see my red door, I must have it painted black. Maybe then I'll fade away and not have to face the facts. It's not easy facing up when your whole world is black. No more will my green seagull turn a deeper blue. I could not foresee this thing happening to you. If I look hard enough into the setting sun, my love will laugh with me before the morning comes. I see a red door and I want it painted black.
Dang, man.
No colors anymore, I want them to turn black. I see the girls walk by dressed in their summer clothes. I have to turn my head until my darkness goes.
Wow.
I wanna see a fade, fade as black, black as night, black as gold. I wanna see the sun, blotted out from the sky. I wanna see a fade, 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 fade as black. Yeah.
Wow. Damn, man. Damn. The mystery, one of the mysteries of my life is now solved. Believe it or not. Ask Ripley. Maybe part of the allure, and it's always, when you get older and you start to understand a little bit more, just a little bit, every few years, you kind of have a perspective shift, and now you start to connect some dots in your life, because of course hindsight's 2020. And part of the allure, I just kind of realized of what was happening probably in my 11-year-old mind. My father's from Pakistan, right? So there's a lot of this type of music going on in my household, bhangra and stuff, and these instruments, percussion heavy, that humming sound that this is here, sitars, all of that, and this it has that influence a little bit. So maybe my mind's like, whoa, 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 wait a second, this is like, I don't know, this is 27 years after the fact. No, I'm just speculating on why it was in my mind for so many years. So maybe that's part of the thing for me. Like, oh, this is like rock and roll fusion with some Eastern sound, like that humming there at the end, or the vocalizing I didn't even know that was happening, but it makes so much sense because this is the ultimate, most hummable tune there is. Like, it's so hypnotic, it's so psychedelic almost that you can sway your head and just do that. It's like a meditation. Come on. Ah, and I love the homophone with painted black and paint it, comma black. I want it painted black. Like the door to your heart. Your heart's red, but now it's turned black. You're closing the door to love, basically, almost. I think is what he's saying. It's black as night, black as coal. Uh, feeling like you can never love again, maybe. Wow, and everything turns to ashes. Really, really great song. That percussion, the vocals, the writing. It's yeah, for me now. Finally, technology caught up with my laziness of actually finding things out. I could just add it to a playlist, and yeah, crazy how this works, man. It's crazy how life works sometimes. Wow, the Rolling Stones, Painted Black. This is yeah. Up until now, for me, maybe it's because there's this nostalgic element to it because I heard this melody. I am aware of that, but this is definitely the one that I'm like, ooh, yeah, lyrically, musically, vocally, yeah, this is now I got to keep going, find out what else is there. If they have this, like Sympathy for the Devil is fire too, of course. We checked out a few songs. I reacted to their whole first album, which mostly covers or all of them. But I love discovering their influences as well. Yeah, legend, legend, legend. Awesome song. Thank you so much for spending some time with me and traveling back into time to a little bit of my childhood and listening to this song. Maybe you travel back to yours at the same time, which connects us in some kind of weird magical way. Only really music and maybe stories can do that, right? Uh, yeah, that's cool. Thank you for being here. Peace.